The present King James Bible has 66 books. Did you know that many books are not in our current Bible? Why were these books left out of the Bible? And who left them out? 1609, the first printing of the King James Bible, originally with all 80 books. 1611, the King James Bible revised and printed all 80 books. The Apocrypha was officially removed in 1885, leaving only 66 books. Today we will look at the Book of Enoch, the hidden truth behind the Ethiopian Bible and the Book of Enoch's banishment. The Ethiopian Bible and the Book of Enoch hold a mystique that has intrigued scholars, theologians, and spiritual seekers for centuries. Despite their ancient origins and profound content, these texts have faced significant opposition, leading to their exclusion from many Christian canons. But what is the real reason behind this? Why were these sacred scriptures, which have been revered by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church for millennia, deemed too controversial or dangerous for mainstream Christianity? Jude said about Enoch in Jude chapter 1, verses 14 to 15, "And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him." Here we are seeing in our current Bible, Jude quoting from the Book of Enoch. Why then was this book left out? The unique canon of the Ethiopian Bible. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church possesses one of the most extensive biblical canons in Christianity, including books not found in other Christian traditions. Among these are the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, and various other texts considered apocryphal or deuterocanonical by Western standards. The inclusion of these books is not merely a historical accident. It reflects a different theological and cultural perspective that has shaped Ethiopian Christianity. The Book of Enoch, a controversial text. The Book of Enoch is one of the most fascinating and controversial apocryphal texts. It contains visions of the prophet Enoch, who is said to have walked with God and was taken to heaven without experiencing death. The book elaborates on the fall of the angels, the origins of evil, and prophecies about the coming of the Messiah. Its vivid descriptions and bold claims challenge traditional biblical narratives, which may have contributed to its exclusion from the canonical scriptures of most Christian denominations. Controversial excerpt number 1. The Watchers and the Nephilim, from the Book of Enoch, chapter 6. One of the most contentious passages in the Book of Enoch is its account of the Watchers, a group of angels who descended to earth and took human wives, resulting in the birth of the Nephilim, giant beings who caused great destruction. This story expands upon the brief mention in Genesis chapter 6, verses 1 to 4, but goes into much greater detail, describing the Watchers' rebellion and their corrupting influence on humanity. "And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And they were in all 200, who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon." Enoch chapter 6, verses 1 to 2. This passage presents a cosmology and narrative of sin and judgment that differs significantly from the mainstream Christian understanding, making it a source of theological controversy. Why were these texts banned? Theological discrepancies played a significant role. The content of the Ethiopian Bible and the Book of Enoch often diverges from the teachings found in the canonical Bible. For instance, the Book of Enoch's detailed accounts of angelic beings and their interaction with humans present a cosmology that differs significantly from the Genesis account. These discrepancies could have been seen as heretical or misleading, leading to their exclusion. Control over doctrine was another crucial factor. In the early centuries of Christianity, church leaders sought to establish a unified doctrine. Texts that posed a challenge to this emerging orthodoxy were often excluded to maintain doctrinal purity. The Ethiopian Bible's inclusion of these controversial texts might have been perceived as a threat to the authority of the church's teachings. Cultural and political factors also contributed to the marginalization of these texts. Ethiopia's long history of Christianity, dating back to the 4th century, developed independently from the Western Church. The unique cultural and political context of Ethiopia allowed for the preservation of these texts. However, in the broader context of Christendom, where different political powers and cultural influences dominated, these texts were often viewed as foreign or irrelevant. Finally, the mysticism and esotericism of the Book of Enoch and other Ethiopian texts may have been seen as too complex or spiritually dangerous for the average believer. The Church might have feared that such writings could lead to confusion or even deviate believers from the core teachings of Christianity. Another significant and controversial passage is the prophecy concerning the Son of Man, a messianic figure who is depicted as a heavenly judge. This passage is strikingly similar to later New Testament descriptions of Christ, yet it predates them by centuries. And there I saw one who had a head of days, and his head was white like wool, and with him was another being whose countenance had the appearance of a man, and his face was full of graciousness like one of the holy angels. And I asked the angel who went with me, and showed me all the hidden things concerning that Son of Man, who he was, and whence he was, and why he went, with the head of days. Enoch, January 2nd, 46. This prophecy, which speaks of a divine figure who would bring judgment and salvation, aligns closely with Christian theology, but from a distinctly different source, raising questions about the origins and development of messianic expectations in Judaism and early Christianity. In recent years, there has been a resurgence of interest in the Ethiopian Bible and the Book of Enoch, particularly among scholars and spiritual seekers who are drawn to their rich symbolism and alternative perspectives on Christian theology. This renewed interest challenges the long-held assumptions about these texts and invites a deeper exploration of their significance. The banning of the Ethiopian Bible and the Book of Enoch is a complex issue that intertwines theology, politics, and cultural history. Understanding the reasons behind their exclusion not only sheds light on the development of Christian doctrine, but also opens the door to a richer and more diverse spiritual heritage. As more people seek to uncover the hidden truths of these ancient texts, the real reason they were banned becomes ever more relevant, prompting us to question what other treasures might lie hidden in the shadows of history. Are you curious about the lost books of the Bible and what they reveal about early Christianity? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more insights into the mysteries of ancient scriptures,